Before we get started shooting, I want to show you a few rules I've made for video news releases. And the first one is the most important one. And that's that the consumer is your audience. You're not producing this for a news editor or a reporter or the executive producer of your local news station. Really, you're thinking of the consumer in mind, of the person at home watching on TV or watching on YouTube. That's who you're making it for. Number two, the story is more important than the equipment. That's why I'm showing you with a really basic item, smartphone. I actually do shoot sometimes with this behemoth of a thing. Takes beautiful video and I can get really good audio, but there are so many moving parts that I need to go on dry runs before I even start interviewing somebody or start taking video to make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to. When I use my smartphone, it's always on me. All I really need to do is make sure that it's charged and that there's memory on it. Rule number three is keep it short, keep it interesting, and make it fun. Remember, the consumer is your audience. So here's one good tip is that the easiest way to make something interesting is to make it really short. A really long story can be boring, but if you make it really short, it can be a really fun story. And very, very, very importantly, not all of the information that you want to get out there that's on the written part of your news release has to be in the video. So if you are if you have an event coming up on Sunday for your church, you're raising money, your excuse me, your video might just be a 10-second clip of the priest getting hit in the face with a pie from last year. And that's actually interesting, it's short, it's fun. And not all of the information is in that product. If you really made that out a 5-minute video with a lot of information, people are going to tune out, and that's not producing something for your audience. Number four is deliver your message without selling. You're educating people. You're not making a high-pressure sales pitch. People are going to tune you out again. Consumers, your audience, don't like that. Media, reporters and editors, they especially don't like being sold to or making it feel like they have some sort of high-pressure pitch. It just tunes people out. Number five is make your video editable. Not exactly sure if that's a real word, but your video needs to be something that your first goal in the video is to get an audience to look at it, to get the consumer to look at it. But at the same time, if you send it to a producer, a TV producer, he might say, you know what, this video is 45 seconds long. I only have 25 seconds to use it. I'll cut out the interview and put the footage on top. Bam, we'll put it on TV like that. You want to enable something like that. When you might send it to a newspaper reporter and the news editor might say, you know what, just grab that YouTube link, write a quick article around it, put it on Facebook, and bam, 1,000 people look at it. Different styles of media. You want to make sure that people can choose their style with one video. Number six is very, very, very important. Your video doesn't have to be perfect. You think video news release, you think public relations, you think, big lights and perfect lighting and high production value. Yeah, that's nice. Your final audience, kind of a YouTube-ish kind of audience. As a YouTube viewer, I don't like seeing something that's too polished. You even see the iPhone commercials, the smartphone commercials. They don't look like really professional. They look like the consumer is taking video of their friends. And that's a style that people like, and that's a style that consumers really enjoy. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And it's very important. Let's say you're a veterinarian who specializes in orthopedic surgeries. And you have a dog coming in at 3, you got permission to use video of that dog who's walking kind of funny because they have bad hips, they have hip dysplasia. You're not going to call someone to come up with that big, huge camera to set up, to get the dog walking from the car to the door. No, very honestly, if you hire someone to do that, they might miss the shot. It might, there's just too much going on. When you can have someone in your office take a 10-second video of the dog walking, a month later after the surgery, take a video of the dog walking really well without any problems, put those together, you can send that to the media and say, hey, you know what? I have 5 tips to prevent hip dysplasia. And that can very easily get you on TV news. That can very easily get you in the newspaper. And also, number 7, produce your videos quickly. I'm going to show you really quick and easy editing tips. If it's something newsworthy, you want to get it online as soon as possible, and you want to get it to reporters as soon as possible before they hit their deadlines. So, follow those rules and you'll be really successful, and you'll get a lot of attention for your video news releases.